Western grease off the breadcrumbs from the salmon croquettes that my grandmother would cook for the war vet as she would post stress to God as she sings. And she would cling to the belief that her service is invisible. So the transparent steam that raises her stress levels and the undetectable fragrance of starch that quenches the parched wrinkles in her collar. Her thoughts are the bitter somethings about religious rumblings as her depleted emotions tuggle with her faith. And as her foggy glass windows depict domestic patterns held together by strips of generational dialogue, negative narratives of bad interactions with family members fit snug into the space of her pain where memories reign, and it's hard to resist when she feels unfit to exhale the weight, holding sparring sessions with her reflection as she corners the bottom of her bun with bobby pins, stuffing a few extra in her clutch time she should wait. That's the kind of stuff they kind of pull out of you. Alright, and I think you can do it better too. So if you can duplicate it and do it better, we can start there. What is lip service? Lip service is my due to women, my honor to women, not to use it, but to build up. The whole goal is to change the world, to show God through me. That's what I'm trying to do. I can't do that if I'm not living what I'm saying. So all I've ever heard was, yo, you can keep that lip service. I've heard people say that just throughout my lifetime. So I always looked at the word lip service as filler, almost. So I'm going to take filler and I'm going to try to refill her. This is my letter to her. Lip service is mama, it's daughter, it's sister, it's wifey, it's girlfriend, it's best friend, it's cousin, it's niece, it's all these people have grew me up, have developed me in some type of way. So I'm just honoring them, and I'm honoring God through those interactions and through those moments that I'm describing. Now I can't say it's all about women, because it's really a lot about development into a man. Finding identity in the wrong things. From here to that place, from that place to this place, from this extreme to that extreme, from that trauma to that chaos. And all of a sudden I got tired of it. And I knew what I was validated by wasn't what really meant something. My validation was based off the response of a woman to me. Macaroni, Mac. And what I'm looking for is, I'm looking for not so much payback as far as paying women back or for like things that I did or things of that nature. I'm looking for freedom within myself. I'm learning how to love, and lip service is showing me that. Like I go back, I listen to the tunes that I've already made. I made about 9 tracks now. It's gonna be a total collection of 12 to 14 I'm looking at. But I become free by re-listening to those tracks, knowing what my heart really feels, because I write from there, definitely being transparent. That's what lip service is. The honor of women through my transparency, through my mistakes, through my wounds. So, lip service is not for mainstream. Lip service is not for people who want just bars. Lip service is not for religion. Lip service is for honor. Lip service is for love in its purest form, man. And God is love and love is God, and that's what I'm talking about the whole time. I've seen God through moments and through people and through failures and through circumstances and through trauma. And I'm free from it. And I don't have to be that way no more. I don't have to be validated by memories. I don't have to be validated or identified by thoughts that come into my head. I don't have to be validated by somebody making me mad. That doesn't matter. Who's pleased? How can someone else? Lip service is my explanation of that. Lip service is my recognizing that I am to become love and I am to become the church. That's what lip service is. Lip service is so many combination of things. Lip service is that mid 17 to, I would say, 33, 35 person who knows they know, and they still haven't done. So they go through all these different things, and all the while God is just sitting back, and God is like, all right, 46 more times. You get it right, I still love you. All right, 45 more times. And like lip service is my failures and my acknowledgement that He still forgave me, so why can't I forgive you?
The minute you walked in, you were not smiling or talking. Sometimes your silence is warfare. Forecast has brought down your posture.
Curtis's progression in terms of his work ethic and his lyricism is phenomenal. I mean, it's crazy phenomenal. And I say that to say this: when he first came in, Curtis always had an idea of what he wanted to do. However, it was hard for him to articulate that idea musically. And he had worked with a bunch of different producers and different things like that who, he was just basically putting his lyrics on their track. And where I started to see him grow was the first time he came into the studio and said, Curtis, we're about to build a track from the ground up. And so then he began to be able to, after we started building, every session would become, every session after that would become a process to where we would be making tracks and building tracks. And so him being able to hear what he wanted to do musically and hear what he wanted to do lyrically had just set him above, set him far beyond many artists, just simply because a lot of artists, they just go off of the beats that they're given. They can't sit down with a producer and articulate exactly what your vision is for the song. You know what I mean? And that's where I saw growth in him, and that's where I began to see the growth in him, is where he would say, okay, this is the idea that I have for this track, and this is where the way I want it to sound. Put this here, take the drums out here, do this, and that showed so much. It will show so much maturity in any artist, but in him, that's when I noticed and I saw that, okay, he's ready now. He's ready. All we need to do is get Curtis on the correct platform. And when I say on the correct platform, we need to get him, in the social media get him immersed in the social media forum, and because from there I know he'll take off. And in terms of where I see him going, the sky is the limit. The sky really is the limit for Curtis, because he's so, I mean, literally the sky is the limit. Because even if, and a lot of artists shy away from this in terms of what I'm about to say in terms of ghostwriting and stuff like that. He could ghostwrite, he could even be his own artist, because his lyrics are just so pungent, so poignant. You know, and when he speaks to the heart. And so that's what I think is missing right now in a lot of artists. You know, they're just putting out a lot of, you know, different kiddie tracks and stuff like that, but you rarely have artists that can actually penetrate the heart and really get into the listener. And he's a very conscious artist, and so I know that fans and people would appreciate that. So again, where I see him going in the future, the sky's the limit.
I used to always be afraid of heights. I had a fear probably up until like I became a grown man. Heights. And I think it was almost a metaphor for afraid of what I can do as far as impacting the world, leaving a legacy for my daughter, not just for my daughter, but for the next generation. What can I leave for them? I watched this movie. What's that movie called? With Scarlett Johansson in it. Where Lucy. So I watched that movie, and like the biggest thing that I took from it is the lowest form of life is to not leave something for someone else to be better from or to live on from. Self-preserving is not living. So lip service is all about service. That's what it's about. That's kind of where it comes from. I really believe in that as a whole, just as a person. One of the biggest things that changed my life was I was playing the game. I was playing 2K. I think at this time 2K12 was out. And at this time my chest was hurting really, really bad. And I was like complaining about it, but not really complaining, because like a man, and I wasn't trying to complain. I was just big on that. I don't like complaining. So I let it go, and then it just got so bad to where even after I took something, I had to lay down, or then it went from my chest to my left shoulder, and from there that was about all she wrote. I kind of felt like I knew what it was, so I went to the hospital, and when I went to the hospital, they ran an EKG, they ran all type of tests on me, and they sent me home with angina, which is severe chest pain. I was at St. Francis, downtown, not downtown, but over on Pelham. And then they sent me home. And about maybe 7-8 hours later, my mother was here, and I couldn't get up, I couldn't move. And I just had called, I had my right arm, so I had enough strength in my right arm to call my people. I was the only one home, and I was trying to take a nap, and I just knew something was wrong. And so I went to the hospital, and it was like, yo, wow, how are you this young and to have a heart attack? And to think that, what if I would have went to sleep and never would have woke up? So I kind of lived with that. And then after getting out the hospital, I wasn't working. I was too weak to even pick up my daughter at the time. My daughter was, I think, 10 months, 11 months, just to the point where she's walking a little bit, but she's still stumbling. She's talking, but she's still mumbling, all at the same time. And I couldn't pick her up. My immune system was so broke down. The doctors advised that I not go to like Walmart or Demallo or different things like that. So I'm depending on a check to come from the government to kind of like, hey, kind of like make sure I'm straight, since the doctor's saying my immune system. As I was going to blood doctors, I was going to Upstate cardiology. I was going to all these places, and they couldn't figure out exactly what was going on with me. And finally things changed for me a bit. I got a job. I met a guy just playing ball, trying to stay in shape. So I was playing ball here and there. And I met a guy, he was a trainer at the company where I work at now, where I'm actually the training manager for. And he got me on out there. And from then on, I just decided everything I do, I'm gonna give it my all. Everything I live at, every step I take, it's gonna be the most firmest step ever. Even if I trip up, it's gonna be a firm trip up, I promise. So I'm living with purpose now, and I'm really glad for that.
What's going on? Demallo, aka Mr. Countrified, Mr. Moody himself, what they call me around these parts. Nah, just kidding, y'all. But I'm a poet, representing Upstate Poets at SC. Been on Slam Team, Tell Like It Is. Been on Slam Team, Say What. Been doing the poetry thing for a long time, since '99. I first met Curtis. Actually, he came down to Slam, doing a couple slams with him. Then he made Speak Like Team. Dope poet, talented brother, good-hearted brother too. Man, we're doing this movement, real big movement. Yeah, see, a lot of people know about it, but they will know about it. We're doing this venue right here, Coffee Underground, going on 13 years in September. So, a long time we put it down in SC. A long time.
Yo, it's your boy Moody Black, www.IamMoodyBlack.com. Here to talk about my folk, man. Curtis, there's so many adjectives I can put in front of that guy's name. But definitely a good young man. We always connected via internet or text messages, me trying to get through. And that cat came down here, Coffee Underground one Sunday, and just blew it up. And just the way that guy writes, his passion, the way he performs, and I haven't seen a lot of people be able to do that, be able to master both of them. Just when you start out in this craft, you either have somebody who's real good writers, or they're kind of lacking in the performance aspect of it, or you have somebody who's great performers and can't write well. And what that cat brought was a combination of both those things, be able to master both of those, just coming out of the gate with it, and I've just been impressed ever since. See nothing but growth, you know, but he comes from a very pure place of growth as human, not only a human being, but as a man. I've listened to his poems, and it's definitely a testimony of who he is and what he's seen and what he's trying to get to, because we all aspire at the end of the day to be great in our human experience, and I get that when I listen to his poems. So I just hope that this project that coming up, man, just really keep reflecting that, because it's inspiration for a lot of us, even for me. You know, nobody's perfect, and when I listen to his poems, I'm like, wow, I want to get to that level of just being a better human being. You know, we all have our shortcomings, but I listen to it, it makes me feel better, or to aspire to be better, just listening to that. So, man, good luck, keep doing what you're doing, much love, and y'all peep my man out, man. It's great fun. 2 fingers.
The minute you walked in, you were not smiling nor talking. Sometimes your silence is warfare. Forecast has brought down your posture. The path of your heart is so cautious. Your channels are calling for more rain.